Some people move on, but not us. Not us.
The copium still lives on, Spidey Squad. But anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans out there, to another very interesting Marvel Games related video. And yes, while I am fully well aware that after 4 long years of waiting, we finally received an official gameplay trailer from Insomniac Games themselves during the latest PlayStation State of Play, which gave us our first ever in-game look at Marvel's Wolverine. And as it was confirmed at the very end of that trailer, we now know that Marvel's Wolverine will be officially releasing next year in fall of 2026, with even more information about the project set to be unveiled sometime next spring. And trust me, while I for one can't wait to see more of Marvel's Wolverine in action, and will certainly be making even more videos about this game in the near future, I know for an absolute fact what you're all thinking about in the meantime. And that is, what does the inevitable release for Marvel's Wolverine mean for the future of the other major Marvel franchise that Insomniac is working on, with the heavily beloved Marvel Spider-Man series? And more importantly, what exactly does this mean for the heavily rumored standalone Venom game? Well, my friends, that is what we are going to be talking about today. So if you're someone who is delusional as I am, who is not only beyond hype for Marvel's Wolverine, but continues to have faith that this Venom spin-off game still potentially exists, then definitely be sure to thwip that like button and subscribe to the channel for even more Marvel Games videos like this down the line. So if you've been keeping up to date with my channel and all of my most recent videos that I've made talking about this Venom game, then you would know full well about the reports from various reliable and extremely credible gaming industry insiders claiming that not only does this Venom game supposedly exist within Insomniac Games' current production pipeline, but there are also statements indicating that we could possibly see Eddie Brock as this Venom game's main protagonist and newest host, after what we already saw with Harry Osborn in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, as well as the implications of seeing Carnage as the Venom game's main antagonist, and that the overall development process for this Venom game is going ahead rather smoothly. Which now brings us back to the matter of Wolverine. You see, before Marvel's Wolverine was revealed during the latest PlayStation State of Play, there were other rumors out there claiming that it was actually going to be this rumored Venom game that was going to release before Wolverine within 2026, and that Wolverine would possibly be releasing in the following year of 2027. But as it turns out, we now know that that is not going to be the case. And in reality, it seems like that the year of 2026 is not only going to be absolutely massive for Insomniac Games with Wolverine, but it's also shaping up to be a pretty gigantic year for Marvel Games at large. As it currently stands, we now know of 3 separate huge AAA Marvel games that will be releasing in 2026 alone. Where, to start off with the closest AAA release, we do know that the heavily secretive Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is planning on releasing sometime in early 2026, which I for one find to be rather surprising, considering that we still have yet to witness any official gameplay trailer or demo of this game in action. But based on all of the statements from the game's main developer of Skydance New Media, it genuinely sounds like that they have made a lot of progress with Marvel 1943's development, and that they are confident that they will land their early 2026 release window. But moving on from the much more cinematic and heavily story-driven style of Marvel 1943, we also know that the 4v4 fighting game of Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, developed by Arc System Works, is still planning on launching sometime next year. Now granted, while Marvel Tokon isn't on the same level of the other style of AAA Marvel games that we're used to, with a bigger and broader emphasis on a single-player story-driven campaign and even a possible open world to explore, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is hands down currently be the most anticipated game within the fighting game community. And based on the recent closed beta that released for the game, the people who managed to play it came away saying that this game absolutely slaps, and is pretty much everything you wanted from ArcSys when making a Marvel fighting game. And last but not least, like I already said, is that Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac Games is planning to release in the fall of 2026, where, if anything, I do think that it could launch earliest sometime in September. So all of this is to say that not only are Marvel Games fans eating incredibly well right now, but both Marvel Games and Insomniac Games currently have their hands full for next year in 2026, and that all hands are on deck at Insomniac Games to make sure that Marvel's Wolverine will be the best possible Wolverine gaming experience ever made. But again, what exactly does this mean for the Marvel Spider-Man franchise? Well, I don't know if I have a definitive answer to that question, but I for one do have a theory.
A game theory.
You see, by the time Marvel's Wolverine releases in fall 2026, that will have been 3 whole years since Insomniac's last AAA game release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 in fall 2023, which may seem like a rather big development gap, but that is not only because Insomniac probably spent half their time trying to recuperate from the absolutely devastating hacking attack that they suffered back during the winter of 2023, but also is that both Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine are shaping up to be in the same type of scope and scale that we have come to expect from Insomniac and their mainline AAA full-length game releases. Whereas for a different case with Insomniac is that back during the years of 2020 and 2021 is that we did receive 3 major AAA game releases from that team in back-to-back years, including the release of Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered for the PS5, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, which did act as a smaller scale spin-off game rather than the official mainline sequel to that series, and even released a next-gen installment for their heavily beloved Ratchet & Clank franchise with Rift Apart, which to this day I still believe is one of the best PS5 exclusives you will ever play. So taking all of these factors into consideration, and if we are also to believe what the industry insiders have stated about the future of Insomniac Games, if we're lucky, just like what we previously saw with Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, we could possibly see an official reveal trailer of this rumored Venom game during the following year after Wolverine's release in 2027. And on top of that, the Venom game would then act as a midpoint in between where we left off with Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which would then lead into the potential finale of this Spider-Man franchise with Marvel's Spider-Man 3, which at that point could end up releasing in the year of either 2029 or even 2030 at the latest. In my opinion, I do think this makes a whole lot of sense, considering the fact that the main teams at Insomniac who previously worked on all the Spider-Man games, and the current team at Insomniac that is mainly focusing right now on Marvel's Wolverine, are 2 completely different development teams within the same studio, meaning that there's probably already a team at Insomniac Games right now planning out the pre-production phases for Marvel's Spider-Man 3. And if this Venom game is to be believed, they may have already made some really good progress on its overall development cycle. But the absolute fact of the matter is that Insomniac Games is primarily going to be prioritizing Marvel's Wolverine first and foremost until it completely launches in all of its glory in fall of 2026. And I don't think we're going to be hearing a peep about anything Spider-Man or Venom related until after Wolverine releases. But just like what we saw with Wolverine and his game, I have no doubt in my mind that the wait for the future of whatever the Marvel Spider-Man franchise has in store from Insomniac is going to be well worth our patience. But with all that said, everybody, that's the video I have for all you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. After Marvel's Wolverine releases next year, what do you think we could see next from Insomniac Games, and when do you think they could end up releasing? Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel Games videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and until next time, peace out.